Oh, I don't have hers either. God, I don't want to run back down. Number 33. Yeah. I thought I only had one I needed to get. But
they look up to me. I got fake people showing fake love to me. Straight up to my face. Straight up to my face. I've been down so long they look like up to me. They look up to me. I got fake people showing fake love to me. Straight up to my face. Straight up to my face. Something ain't right when we talking. Something ain't right when we talking. Look like you out of your problems. Really, you never was solid. No, you can't stun me. You won't ever get to run me. Gotta reach out, reach back like 1-3, like 1-3. Yeah. That's when they smile in my face. One time they wanna take my place. One time they wanna take my place. One time they wanna take my place. Yeah, I know they wanna take my place. So that love is fake. I don't trust a word you say. How you wanna click up after your mistakes? Look you in the face and it's just not the same. I've been down so long it look like up to me. They look up to me. I got fake people showing fake love to me. Straight up to my face. Straight up to my face. I've been down so long they look like up to me. They look up to me. I got fake people showing fake love to me. Straight up to my face. Straight up to my face. Yeah. Straight up to my face, trying to play it safe. Vibes just like night and day. I can see it like right away. I came up, you changed up. I caught that whole play. Since then, never been the same.
Welcome to today's MAC Commonwealth Women's Lacrosse Contest featuring the Alvernia University Golden Wolves and the York College Spartans. York College, the Middle Atlantic Conference, and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, coaches, and officials in a positive manner. Profane, racial, sexist, or gender-related comments or other intimidated actions directed towards student athletes, coaches, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. And now, the starting lineups for today's game, brought to you by OSS Health, the Spartans' exclusive orthopedic sports medicine provider. For the visiting Golden Wolves of Alvernia, starting at midfield, number 1, Haley Lackner. Starting at midfield, number 2, Natalie France. Starting at midfield, number 4, Megan Moki. Starting at defense, number 7, Caitlin Burkhart. Starting at defense, number 9, Ashley Rogers. Starting at midfield, number 14, Mackenzie McKinney. Starting at defense, number 15, Lauren Fox. Starting at attack, number 16, Erica Whitmore. Starting at attack, number 19, Olivia McCambly. Starting at midfield, number 20, Sophia Rucco. Starting at defense, number 22, Julia Martirano. And starting in goal, number 90, Casey Fox. Alvernia is coached by Megan Corrigan. And now for the starting lineup for your York College Spartans. Starting at defense, number 2, Emmy Bryden. Starting at defense, number 3, Christina Vandelis. Starting at midfield, number 7, Maddie Curlin. Starting at midfield, number 8, Riley Roeder. Starting in goal, number 13, Bella Garabo. Starting in defense, number 14, Messiah Bertram. Starting at midfield, number 15, Chloe McDonald. Starting at midfield, number 16, Kirsten Blanchard. Starting at defense, number 17, Rachel Hebler. Starting at defense, number 28, Sarah Christensen. Starting at midfield, number 30, Teresa Mathias. Starting at attack, number 32, Logan Ward. The Spartans are coached by Jen Mustin. She is assisted by Ashley Fitzhugh and Nikki Clauder. And now, please rise and gentlemen remove your caps as we honor America with our national anthem.
My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. There's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble.
the Spartans starting off with the first draw of tonight's MAC Commonwealth matchup, and so they'll go to work first. York in their white uniforms, working from our right to left from our vantage point here in the press box at Kinsley Field. Ball working topside with Chloe McDonald. Looking for the pass, getting it over to Madison Curlin at the 12. Slings it near side. Kirsten Blanchard, and they work it down low. Jenna Hewitt moving the ball around. Logan Ward popping back up topside. It's McDonald trying to drive with a shot high out of play as Hewitt runs the ball out from the end line with 44 seconds left on the shot clock. Blanchard able to pick it up off the turf. 35 left to attack here for the Spartans. Matthias going around the point at the 8. Is going to dump it off for Ward. She's going to drive goal line, trying to get leverage. Shot save is made by Fox. Resets the shot clock here for the Spartans, and they're going to go back to work up top. Blanchard, there's that skip step, trying to get inside. And I think that actually bounced off the helmet of Fox on its way out of bounds, and will reset once again as Hewitt brings the ball in. It's Blanchard topside with McDonald. A little pitch and catch up high as Blanchard tries to go underneath 2 defenders. Nothing there, so she's going to work it over to Lloyd, to Ward on the far side. Logan gets inside, has room, bounce shot, scores! Logan Ward gets her 11th goal on the season. First tonight. And you hear the horn go off at 13:07 as the Spartans take that 1-0 lead.
I'll tell you what, we talked about it before the game. We expect this to be a very high-scoring event here. Both teams love to score. They have 5 key players on both sides offensively that you can easily point out that can get goals on the board for their respective teams. And we got a new person in goal, obviously Isabella. We're both starting for her 3rd time, I believe, this season with the Fury out. So it's going to be a different change of pace in how she handles this offense in Albernia.
Casey Fox, 8-11 as a starter for the Red Wolves. A 13.19 goals against average this season. And you mentioned one of the
Spartan
Red
goal
Wolves
scored
we're
by
going to
number
keep an eye
32,
on
Logan
here
Ward. Her 11th
this
goal of the
afternoon is
season.
going to be
Time
Erica
of goal,
Whitmoyer. She leads the team in
13:07
scoring with
remaining in the
38
first
goals
period.
and 28 assists this season as Alvernia comes down. And speaking of which, it's Whitmoyer bringing the ball down for Alvernia.
And it's almost hard to say because obviously you don't want the ball in your hands, but there's 5 players on this offense that can easily score, so this defense is going to have to be very sound today.
As they move the ball around, top side, try to get set up as McCambly brings the ball across. They're going to work it back behind for Rucco. Alvernia trying to settle in with Burkhart up top. Seeing if they can't answer back on the goal from the Spartans just a few minutes ago. Down goes Burkhart at the top of the 8-meter. And she'll set up for her first free position of the season here. 12:08 left to go in the first. Drives inside. Does not get a shot off. Ball came out of the top of her cross a little awkwardly. And it's picked up by Nasiah Bertram. Started the last 2 games for the Spartans on defense. Pass comes to Bryden to try to work the clear. Able to get underneath the stick and push the ball quickly upfield. Bryden gets it over the restraining line.
We've seen in the past there that this team loves to push the ball in transition, so they're going to go and run when they have the chance.
And Blanchard got inside, could not get a clean shot off. And now Spartans will work again from the top with Madison Curlin. She drives in 3 defenders and able to draw the foul. Now Curlin will step to the line. Sets up on the far right, on the right side. Gets in, shot and scores. So Madison Curlin with the 13th goal on the season for her. Off the free position makes it a 2-0 ball game. Early in tonight's matchup. And you know, Julian, we've seen them play the top 4 teams in the country. They still have Salisbury coming up in a few weeks, but you know, you play 2, 3, 4, and 5 leading into conference play, and I'm sure that this team is definitely battle tested and ready for the Commonwealth matchup. You know, I always like
Spartan goal scored by number 7, Maddie Curlin.
Something
Her
about conference
13th goal of
play
the
that kind of
season. Time
takes
of
it
goal,
up another notch.
11:16 remaining in the first quarter.
Potentially twice a year or more come postseason time. You know, you get a feel for each other. You know how each other coach and play. You know, I'm sure it's going to be a different feel. Obviously, like you mentioned, this conference play is kicking off, and it's a good way to kick off with Alvernia.
Hewitt from behind, working the ball top side. Chloe McDonald's going to have to play it off the hop. She receives back from Blanchard, now trying to dodge inside. McDonald's shot goes back behind, backed up by Hewitt. It's Ward. Goal line extended, trying to drive inside. Finds Curlin on the inside. She goes down. And Madison Curlin looks like she'll get another attempt here on the free position momentarily. Drives in. She's going to pass it off to Blanchard. It's not a clean look, but Blanchard drives in with a shot that goes back behind. Hewitt in the middle of the field. He's going to pull the ball out. Get it to Blanchard. A high pass to a cutting Madison Curlin. And trying to save that was, I believe that was Matthias trying to run it down the end line.
A little bit of miscommunication there from your offense. It looked like she believed she was going to stay in that corner. She ended up cutting and just overthrew on that pass.
Fox working the clear. Lackner with possession. And Julian, this is another one of those players you mentioned earlier. Haley Lackner, 36 goals, 47 draw controls, and she's 15 of 27 from free position. So look for her to attack if she gets the ball down low, as Red Wolves look to move the ball here with 9:20 left to go, down 2. France with possession, switches hands, gets the pass into Lainey Hefter, or excuse me, to Olivia McCambly. Cambly on the far side, Vandellis on her defensively, pops the ball out, trying to drive inside of the Red Wolves. Raleigh Roeder gets some help defensively. Great dodging effort inside by Whitmoyer. Grabo coming up with the ball and a fantastic outlet feed. And the Spartans pushing the ball in transition with Riley Roeder. She's got a trailer up. Curlin with the shot and scores. Second goal tonight for Madison Curlin. Makes that 14 on the season and a 3-0 lead with 8:36 left to go in the first.
You know, that's credit to that defense out there. You know, we talk about it as Alvernia offense and how many players can score. This is a tough York defense. While new home for the Spartans, don't underestimate this York defense. They have a lot of experience on it. They play very well. Quick transition right there. I'm going for a second goal. Early for the Spartans.
You know, it's one of those things with Grabo making a little typo on my little sheet here. Her third start, but plenty of playing time over her career here at York. 11.04 goals against average this season.
Spartan goal scored by number 7, Maddie
McDonald
Curlin.
coming
Her
up
14th goal of the season.
another
Assisted
draw
by Riley
control.
Roeder. Time of goal, 8:36 remaining in the first
We're
quarter.
going to be keeping an eye on Chloe McDonald here tonight. She's got 3 stats as the game goes on where she can start to climb the ladder in the all-time Spartan stat listing as Hewitt brings the ball around up to Matthias. So points, goals, and assists out of Chloe McDonald will be tracking as she is within reach of moving up a slot or two. And there's a shot thrown on. And a score. Kirsten Blanchard getting her 16th goal on the season. And now it's a 4-0 lead with just under 8 minutes to go in the first.
I'm a bit surprised for the early start here, but credit to the attack that this offense has had so far.
It's Lackner at midfield awaiting Chloe McDonald to take the ensuing draw.
Spartan goal scored by number 16, Kirsten Blanchard, her 16th goal of the season. Time of goal, 7:59 remaining in the first quarter.
Everybody is set. Cholowinski adjusts her position on the circle, but it's being McDonald with another draw and able to bring it in. She's got two defenders coming from behind, kicking the ball out to Kurland, and now it's Ward with possession back behind the goal. They sling it back top side. McDonald. Some good movement. She takes a shot. No whistle. A late whistle. Her goggles came off, grabbed her face, and took a few steps before an official blew a whistle to let her get her goggles back on.
And will not be giving her the foul.
So she'll get, she'll get a clean restart here at the 12. And now, is the backside officials signaling her to... Oh, they're going to drop her down low for a restart there on the hash mark on the men's end line. Skips it over to Ward. Upside for Kurland. Now McDonald drives, shot high, deflected away by Fox as she punched it away from the goal mouth. Hewitt. So Ward calls for it coming from the opposite side. Scanning, there's Kurland up top. Shot deflected. McDonald off the pipe. And Lackner was there to put it in Fox's stick to start the clear for Alvernia. Burke. Lackner getting the possession back.
That was almost a great goal there for the Spartans. I mean, it looked like the ball was clearly in the goalie's hands. It got popped out, and he just left it upright. I mean, a quick 5-0 start there for the Spartans would have been pretty dangerous for this Alvernia team.
Moki bringing the ball over for the Red Wolves. Moki gets the restart back behind the 12 as they work the ball back behind. Rucco setting up shop along the baseline. Emmy Bryden doing a great job defensively, tying her up. Forcing the ground ball. They'll reset. France bringing the ball up towards the point. 35 on the shot clock. Errant pass. Cholowinski. And she's got a lot of green in front of her, and she can fly down the field. Works towards the middle of the field. Great upfield pass to Kurland. One more time. The pass just off for Roeder. Blanchard is there to scoop it up. Pass comes topside. Zoe Klugel. Battle for possession comes up with Hewitt. Hewitt brings it all the way around the crease. Now tries to dodge inside. As she goes down, she shoots. The goal is going to count. And Gianna Hewitt getting her third goal on the season here, and it's a 5-0 Spartan lead. 5:03 remaining in the first quarter.
Going into this game, would not be expecting a 5-0 early lead for the Spartans. I mean, we talk about all the time, but we talk about going into this game, this is a very dangerous Alvernia offense, and overall a good team, 6-3, as you mentioned, coming into this game. You know, a bit surprising start for the Spartans, and you know, credit to them because they played very aggressive this far.
Spartan goal scored by number 1, Gigi Hewitt, her 3rd goal of the season.
And on top of that, we get a
5-0
timeout from
remaining in the first quarter.
Alvernia down on the field after the goal. Trying to slow the momentum here from the Spartans. See what they can't try to figure out here in this timeout to get something going here for the Red Wolves. Look, they've had some very good possessions so far. They've had some opportunities, haven't been able to capitalize on them. As you mentioned before, this York defense is very tough. But on that flip side, as you said, 4 or 5 good scorers on this squad. And one of them is going to find the back of a net. It's just going to be, what is the setup going to be? How are they going to figure out this Spartan defense as they move through? And Garabo doing a phenomenal job so far this evening in goal for York.
And something to point out, I mean, we looked at their rosters, you know, to start this game. This is not a very deep Alvernia team. So, you know, you wonder if, you know, late in the stretch of this game, will these players get tired? You know, if this offense is continuing to wear them down defensively, and, you know, will their offense have enough chances to get some points on the board? You know, in late stretch. I mean, there's still plenty of time left in this game. You're only in the first quarter. Not the start you're looking for, but this is a very dangerous Alvernia offense, and they can put points on the board. It's just a matter of when.
The men also opening up Commonwealth play up in Reading at Alvernia, and they're going to be bringing home the 25-4 victory there. So the men open up conference play with a win here this evening. As we come back out after the timeout after goal for our draw control. As we wait to get everybody all set. At halftime, you'll get to hear my interview with defender Rachel Hebler for our Spartan Spotlight. One of the more interesting of these I've done, a push being called against Moki, so Cholowinski will get possession here, and Cholowinski, a really tough player here for the Spartans. As
Multi-sport athlete, and Cholowinski, a soccer player as well, and like you mentioned, she's got some wheels on her. You don't want to see her in space.
It's Mia Alvarez in now with the flip pass to Cholowinski. She works herself in, and they're going to push the ball around. Sully Arthur takes over on the near side. Crossfield pass was there, a little high, trying to hit Kurland. Cholowinski there to recover. Now she'll flip for Klugel. Big Euro step, trying to get down low. Nothing there. Brings it around the crease. Now trying to get the angle. Gets the shot and scores! Zoe Klugel worked hard for that one for her second goal on the season. A 6-0 lead.
You'd love to see it. These other players get involved for the York offense. You know, we talked about McDonald and Blanchard, you know, a lot, but now, you know, Hewitt got into the action, and now, you know,
Klugel.
Zoe
Yep.
in that as well. So, I mean, you'd like to see it from this York offense.
Alvarez taking over the draw responsibilities for the Spartans at midfield. Haley Lackner
Spartan
there.
goal scored by number 10, Zoe Klugel, her second goal of the season. Time of goal, 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Moki comes up with the draw control, but loses the ball at top of her cross. Klugel coming up with the possession. Quadruple team flanking her away. She gets the pass up. And a quick run inside for Hewitt. Pass comes up top for Roeder. Working at the 12. Now Curlin. They're going to clear out for Curlin. Shot goes low and through. And Curlin having herself an evening here, already achieving the hat trick. 3:23 left to go here in the first quarter, and the Spartans up 7-0.
You know, it's something to point out with this offense. It's a constant motion offense. There's always a lot of screens coming on and a lot of cutting. And you know, when Sally Arthur has the ball in her hand, you don't know where it's going to go. You know, she's so dangerous from wherever she's at on the field. And when you have so many weapons you can supply to, you know, it makes this offense very challenging to guard. And it's shown so far with 7 points early in this first quarter.
Mia Alvarez once again going to midfield for the draw.
Spartan goal scored
Haley
by
Lackner
number 7, Maddie Curlin, her 15th goal of the season.
played at Central Dolphin, not too far
3:23 remaining in the first
from
quarter.
here. Ball kicks back towards the restraining line. Anybody's ball. Klugel comes up with the possession for the Spartans. Arthur will take over. Blanchard kicks it over the far side. Blanchard with the possession. Off-ball whistle. Shooting space calls. Blanchard will move towards... She's going to get the straight-on look here for the free position. 9 of 11 on the season. Very dangerous. Drives inside. Dodges. And converts for her second goal of the evening. And now 10 of 12 from free position on the year. 2:55 left to go and an 8-0 lead here for the Spartans.
And that's credit to the aggressiveness that this offense is playing at. Each person's looking to attack and looking to score. It's not, right now it's not a pass first mentality. It's a score first mentality, and each person's taking the advantage that they can get. And it's shown with 6 different players, I believe, scored, in these 8 goals.
Once again, it's going to be Alvarez and Lackner
her 17th goal of the season.
at midfield for the draw.
Remaining in the first quarter.
Right into Moki's stick. Nice clean draw win for Alvernia. As Moki brings the ball in and gets the whistle. They're going to back her up for a restart at the 12. Now, the drive inside, just bumped offline, was Whitmoyer, but flag from the backside official. And Whitmoyer's going to set up here for the free try. 10 of 15 on the year. Defense collapsed hard. And Whitmoyer's going to get another attempt here. .227 left to go. The drive by Whitmoyer. The save by Garabo. Now 10 of 17 on the season from the free position. Great upfield pass. Whitmoyer's dodging through, trying to get free, and loses the ball on top of her cross. And I think she's going to get one more shot here. And maybe for Whitmoyer, it's going to be third time the charm.
Yeah, it was a great save by Garabo. She looked for the outlet pass early, just wasn't there. Quick run for the Golden Wolves right now, an early shot run at the goal.
Cross pass was not held on to. Big time 50-50 ground ball. It's going to go with Alvernia. Whitmoyer will start with the possession. Works it in quick for Lackner. Ball's out as Garabo steps out to pick it up. One of the big differences I've noticed between DeFury and Garabo is Garabo's not afraid to run out and snag a ground ball or come out and pressure a little bit as Spartans look to push the issue here. Matthias working the ball up in transition. with 1:20 left to go here in the first, and the 8-goal lead for the Spartans. Hewitt works it back for Arthur. Dangerous passer. Tries to get inside, loses the ball, squirts free, and it's going to be picked up by Inacio. Possession with the Red Wolves. Over on the far side of the field. Alvarez and Hewitt right there defensively. As soon as we are back in play again. Red Wolves dropping 2 attackers deep. 1 minute exactly on the clock as we await for the officials to get us moving here again. Pass is going to go back to work to clear. Fox takes over the possession. Goalkeeper surveying for her outlet pass. A good defended ride here by the Spartans. Outlet pass is picked off by Alvarez off the hop. She works the ball into the offensive zone with 39 seconds left to go. She wants to take it all the way. Alvarez shot. Save made by Fox. 31 seconds. Big pass upfield. Connects. It's Whitmoyer. And she can move. Being chased down by Christensen. Defense is going to collapse. Pass comes down for Rucco. 13 seconds left for the Red Wolves to work here. Under 10 now. Possession on the outside. 5 seconds to go. Drawing in is McKinney. A ball comes out. 2 seconds left. Spartan possession, and that ends our first quarter of action here at Kinsley Field. And it's an 8-0 Spartan lead here at the end of our first 15 minutes of play.
You gotta give credit to Bravo and his defense shutting out these, aggressive Red Wolves offensive attack that we had here that we talked about the entire game. Whitmore and Lackner and France and McCanley, all these different scores that we're bringing have. Great job for the Spartans defensively, shut them out, and great job offensively because they put up 8 points on a team that's pretty solid, at both ends of the field. So, it's a very great start for the Spartans. And if you're Alvernia, you gotta adjust in this, quarter and look to make some different adjustments.
Alvernia, no goals on 2 shots, 3 ground balls, 7 saves. They are 3 of 4 on the clear with 5 turnovers for the Spartans. 8 goals, 1 of them assisted on 19 shots, 9 ground balls, 2 saves, 3 of 4 from the clear. 2 turnovers and 3 caused turnovers are our stats after the first half. Those goals, 3 coming from Madison Curlin, 2 from Kirsten Blanchard, and then a goal apiece from Gianna Hewitt, Zoe Klugel, and Logan Ward. The lone assist belonging to Riley Roeder. So that gives us our stats here through the first quarter of play as we are winding down our break between the first and second quarter here.
And Jared, if you're in Alvernia's huddle right now, what do you think's being talked about? He's not in the situation that you would like to be, but there's still a lot of time left.
Well, I like I said before, I like what I've seen out of their offense so far. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with the setup of their offense. I do believe that Whitmoyer taking some of those free positions with the sun in her face may have been a struggle, but now you're going to flip sides. Yep. So if Whitmoyer and company can stay aggressive and draw some more of those, they may be a little bit better at them with the sun to their back here in the second quarter. Yeah. The positioning of this field, and especially our press box in alignment to the sun, makes some of these late afternoon games a bit tricky as we wait to get set here for opening draw of quarter number 2. Jared Welsh and Julian Leon here. Blanchard coming up with the draw. And Blanchard can move up the ranks. She needs 5 draw controls to move up to 15th on, or 16th on the list, and 6 to move up to 15th on the all-time Spartan list, so she will definitely get there. Whether that's today or next week, we'll see. Curlin drives in with a shot. Kick save by Fox. Curlin able to chase down her own shot as she brings it in from the outside. The flip pass. Hewitt works it up top for Blanchard. Another flip. Hewitt with it one more time. Blanchard. Klugel now up top. Steps to the 12, down to the 8. Arthur bobbles the pass. Klugel's there. She's got some space to work. They clear it out for her. Klugel with the bounce shot. And she gets her second goal of the evening and takes our lead up to 9-0. Just a minute and change into the second quarter.
Not the start that you want for Alvernia to this defense, and you gotta get some offensive possessions. You gotta bring this York Spartan defense down. Get them tired a little bit. Get some more opportunities in a free position. Give your offense some chance to get some points on the board. Because right now, there's nothing really you could do to stop this York offense. They're getting it any way they want.
Reset at midfield for the draw after goal. It's Alvarez and Lackner once again. They're going to call procedure against York, so Lackner will start with the possession here for the Red Wolves.
10, Zoe Klugel, her third
She
goal
gets
of
the ball
season. Time of the goal,
into the zone for
13:57
McKinney.
in the second quarter.
McCambly now with the possession. Working from the point is France. Gets the shot off, saved by Garabo. Popcorning that save up in the air. And she'll step out of her crease to look for the clear. Christensen. Big upfield pass. Bryden there to run over. And with the pass up to Klugel. Now Arthur takes over at the 12. Pushes the ball back behind. Hewitt looking to attack from the backside of the cage. Now it's Curlin. Arthur one more time. Pass for Blanchard. 43 on the shot clock. Playing time for the Spartans. Blanchard trying to get inside. And she's able to draw the foul. They are on the crease. And now Blanchard go to the line. 1 of 1 today. She spins her stick in preparation. 12:37 on the play clock. Gets inside. Dodges. Shot save is made. Possession still up for grabs. It's going to be Alvernia with a whistle right off the bat.
That was a great save there for Fox. I mean, it looked like Blanchard had a clear path to the goal. She made a good move, and Fox just read her.
Fox starting to clear for Alvernia. Ball hits the turf. Battle for possession. Pick up by Bertram. 2 defenders on her. She's able to back out. The bounce pass to Arthur. Upfield pass to Alvarez. Can't handle it, but she's got some backup there by Madison Kurland. Cholowinski takes over on the flip. Spartan offense sets up. Arthur inside. Shot by Roeder. Goes out of play. Good look by Arthur to the cutting Riley Roeder.
One of the things I love being so close to the field is you can hear the communication going on out there, both offensively and defensively. You heard someone yell middle and a clear, good cut and had a good shot at the goal just over the top.
It's Curlin settling. 45 seconds. She's going to give it off to Arthur. And now the offense goes in motion. Feed is there on the inside. It's Alvarez. And Alvarez buries her first goal of the evening. And for me, Alvarez, that's her third goal on the season at 11:05, and with that 10-0 lead, the running clock comes into play.
What a performance thus far for these Spartans. I mean, you're coming off the back-to-back losses, off of good opponents, while we talked about earlier, you played, the 1, the 2, the 3, and probably the 4, or 5 actually, in terms of, rankings, and, we talked about going into conference play, you got to make a statement, you come out strong, and, these Spartans are doing it in great fashion, coming out early 2-0 against these Alvernia Red Wolves, who are really good.
Cholowinski with the control.
Spartan goal scored by number 20, Mia Alvarez, her 3rd goal of the season, assisted by Sally Arthur.
As we approach the
Time
10-minute
goal,
mark
11:13 remaining in the second quarter.
here of our second quarter, it's Ward getting it back up to Klugel. Curlin once again. There's the flip to Ward. Gets inside. Sidearm shot goes out of play. It's backed up by Hewitt. Centering feed. Trying to get to Klugel. And a great ground ball pickup from behind. Sharon Smith with a good heads-up play back behind the cage. And now the clear will start for the Golden Wolves. Ball down possession as Logan Ward tries to get in there. Lackner there to come up with it for Alvernia. Restart with Lackner with possession. And Alvernia be able to get it over that restraining line. Now the top of the cross. Little bump by Cholowinski. This should give Lackner the possession just behind the 12. Meter arc there. 8:50 and counting left to go here in the second. Pass comes backward for Whitmoyer. They're going to clear out. She's got 2 defenders to work through. Now the motion, the offense. Smith was cutting momentarily. Now Whitmoyer's going to bring it around the crease. Defense slides. Ball comes out top of her cross with 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. Whitmoyer once again. The feed inside. Lackner with the shot. Garabo with another save. And she'll look to clear the ball. Big upfield pass for Cholowinski. And the foot race ensues.
Not many
Smith.
people are going to catch her when she's on the ball.
Alvarez with the possession. Backs it out. Keeps it up at the point. Flip pass. Ward unable to handle it, able to get it back. Drive by Kurland. Pass inside. Roeder scores.
That's her 7th on the season, her first of the day.
Takes the lead up to 11-0 here. 7:26 and counting.
Jared, we talked a little bit about Garabo being in goal now, for the injured, the Fury, and how she's 0-21 so far as a starter. But this is the game that it's building confidence for her. She's getting some great saves. Her defense is communicating well. And this is something that she'll need. Going into conference play when the competition will get tough at times.
And what a stretch of games to take over as a starter. I believe it was a number 3 and a number 5 ranking for your first two games as a starter. And then coming into conference play as the Spartans come off quick off the draw.
Assisted by Maddie Curlin. Time of goal, 7:34 remaining in the second quarter.
Long with the possession. Now it's Ward. Centering feed is broken up. Alvarez trying to shuffle something in there. Fox comes up with it. Fox stepping up with the possession, looking for outlet pass. McKinney receiving, running up the far side. And she's got some speed. flying up the far sideline, getting the clear by herself. Christensen with a good rundown to be able to set up defensively for the Spartans. Under 6 to go in the second as they move the ball up top side. France dumping the ball off. Good ball moving up top. Rucco at the 8 looking for some help. France takes over, drives in, loses the ball at the top of her cross. Battle for possession on the end line. And it's going to be Spartan ball. Garabo takes over to start to clear. She'll roll out of the back of her own crease. Good defensive setup here for the Golden Wolves. Great upfield pass for Bryden. Gets through. Alvarez battling for the possession. Rogers was battling. Now Bertram comes up with the ground ball. Dumps it off for Ward. Centering feed for Curlin. She's going to spin. Gets inside. Shot and scores. And that's 4 for Madison Curlin. And 12 for the Spartans here. 4:46 and counting. In our...
It was a great job there by Emmy Bryden, coming up and, helping out her goalie, because it looked like, for a little bit there, no one was coming to the ball, and then, 3 passes later, you got a goal, another one for Madison Curlin for fourth on the day, and, you can't say enough about how good this Spartan offense and defense is looking right now.
Mia Alvarez and Haley Lackner at midfield for the draw. As we approach 4 minutes to go here in the second. Waiting to get set.
Spartan goal scored by number 7, Maddie Curlin. Her 6th
Ball
goal
pushed out
this
of bounds
season.
by
Time of the
Alvernia,
goal,
so it'll be
4:51
York
remaining in the
possession.
second
As
quarter.
Bryden brings it in. She runs it over by herself. Spartan offense settles in. Riley Long with the possession. Now Klugel. Back to Long. Ward takes over, trying to drive inside. Draws the triple team, gets the pass off. Alvarez dumps it back. Dodge from outside. Matthias with the goal.
That's her 6th on the season.
And if you... 4 of her previous 5 goals came in the game the last time we were here, just a few days ago. So Teresa Matthias adding to the 13-0 lead here. 2:30 and counting.
And that's now 8 different players on this York team that have now scored so far.
And as we've heard some new names too, as play has gone on, is Coach Mustin starting to use some of the bench a little bit here. The Spartan squad will travel to Eastern on Saturday for a 1 o'clock game. I'll be here for the men's game against the against Eastern on Saturday.
Time of the goal, 2:58 remaining in the second quarter.
Ward with the possession. Klugel. The feed inside for Curlin. Now it's Ward down low. Cross crease pass. Matthias off the pipe. Curlin's there to receive. Now it's Ward one more time trying to attack. Shot goes over the crossbar, out of play. Natalie Neiman was there to back it up for the Spartans. Ward with possession once again. Centering, feed. Matthias didn't like the angle, kicks it back up top. Now it's Curlin driving straight down and gets another one past. And Curlin with 5 goals. 14-0 lead.
What a performance. I mean, you assume that maybe maybe at halftime, you know, Mustang will come out and maybe have a different lineup, but you know, Curlin stays in this game. She's on pace for a lot of goals, you know, to end this game.
As we go back to midfield for the draw after. Not much time left. 33 seconds. Now play is resumed. Good pickup by Lackner to bring it in for the Golden Wolves. Lackner pass inside, trying to connect with France. Gets broken up. 12 seconds remaining as the ball just kind of ping-pongs around there. And a whistle is going to give possession to Alvernia. Smith trying to roll back behind. We run out of time here in the second quarter, and it's a 14-0 Spartan advantage after 2. And looks like the single game record for most goals in a game is 9.
She's on pace.
And she is on pace if she stays in. That was set by Jacqueline Gersh at Cedar Crest back in 2006. So once I saw her climbing up there, very curious to see where that was at. And I am sure that for Kurland, as I look it up here, her single game goal high is 3 goals, and that was set at Alvernia last year. So she loves playing the Golden Wolves apparently, so she's definitely staying with that here tonight as well. And I'm going to flip over to our halftime interview with Rachel Hebler, so check that out. The running clock is completely... Colors are red.
I was confused there. I was like, are they actually the
No,
Red
they are
Bull?
gold, yeah. I think that was me just typing too fast. To be like Gordon doesn't make any sense.
Talk about a surprise. I was not expecting this.
Yeah. And Derek texted me. He's like, it's Golden Wolves. He's like, it's stupid.
I'm convinced that, you know, every game so far up in this booth it's not been competitive. So far, at least.
Yeah.
So far.
Well, the last one was pretty good through, what, halftime?
Halftime,
Right? And then it was that third quarter
Yeah.
that it opened up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think the games that I have on my schedule are April 6th, the men's against Albright.
Okay.
April 13th, women's. I think it's my last one. They play Hood.
Okay.
April 20th is men's versus Messiah. And then 27th, I'll be
Okay.
able to do that one. That should be a good one against Stevenson.
Okay. The, I don't know. I don't know.
Come on, man.
Well, it's not even on their website. I had to find it by searching Alvernia mascot.
Yeah,
Because it used to be the Crusaders. Yeah, my bad.
Damn Riverhawks,
I don't
Golden
know.
Wolves.
I've never seen a golden wolf. I've seen a red wolf.
You know what really grinds my gears too is that their nickname is the Golden Wolves, but their logo is like
Is
90% red.
Red, which is why when I typed it real fast, I'm like, yeah, whatever. You're losing 14. You can be called whatever I call you.
Whoever took the under on the running clock nailed it. Scott said at midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, we weren't quite there yet.
11-13.
And I'm
With the in the second, or not
And-
in the second. 11-13 left in the second.
again, I'm guessing we're going to see a goalie change here. So
I thought Hugo was going to get the face-off record. He had 19.
oh yeah.
With like 15 ground balls. I'm like, man. That was
I didn't realize they had such an early start. And then when you said like, I was like, oh. They're gonna get a goalie change. Oh, and they're gonna change the goalie that hasn't played as much.
I'm sitting in the office and the game was about to start. And Scott goes, so what do you think? First goal. He's like, what do you think? First goal in the first minute, and we literally couldn't pull the live stats up fast enough, and we already scored in the first 15 seconds.
All right.
It was Vinny to Ames. Ames literally did like a circle around.
Yeah.
Around twice. Boom.
That's crazy. The girl warming up has played less minutes than Gianaris, so that's why I put Gianaris at top.
Yeah.
But now she's warming up, so that means she's gonna go in. Kirsten Lake,
Oh, we did.
because Lake that's a 44 in goal, right? Warming up, or am I not seeing that right?
Oh,
or is
no,
that a
yeah.
3? That's a
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. Kirsten Lake.
So I'm trying to look up her stats real quick because
From York TA.
she didn't play as many minutes, so I didn't put her in as the second goalie.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Their website's atrocious.
Yeah.
Absolutely atrocious.
I looked at it.
I was like trying to find. Let's see. So this is Lake. Yeah, she's played a lot less minutes. 10 goals against. What's her goals against average? Is 1636. With how many saves she have? 10 goals against and 8 saves. Jesus. See if she, or now watch. Well, I need to keep an eye on it because I don't know if she's warming up just to warm up or if they're actually gonna make the switch.
Come on, her goalie or this one?
Yes.
I was just saying.
Where is? Yeah, because Garabo's playing catch
Yeah.
in the line, so
Doesn't look.
we'll have to
Honestly,
see
doesn't
if
look like the type to,
McKenna's gonna come in or. I should have brought my lacrosse equipment with me. I would probably be able to make my game. Because we'll start with burning clock.
yeah, you know, but hopefully, we'll probably be able to score easily. I don't expect a drop off in scoring.
No. I don't. Only way I would is if she does wholesale line changes and the starters are.
Player, Noble Leon.
Yeah, I could probably see it a little bit.
Roger Staubach is
Still a 4-goal cushion, or technically 5-goal because it has to get to
the
9.
best football player I have ever seen.
Anything that you need to learn about theater, you can learn here.
Whenever I meet a prospective student, I always tell them the same couple things about our program. One is we do a lot of shows. We do about 7 shows a year, and that gives them lots of opportunities to put their craft into practice.
Help us feed the hungry today. Through Give Local York, your donation to the food bank will reach further than any other day of the year. Donate on May 3rd.
Happening right now in downtown York, a new day, the convergence of economic and cultural energy, the revitalization of the jewel of Center City, the Yorktown.
Down our way.
And that was Rachel Hebler for our Spartan Spotlight interviews. We feature a different athlete for every single men's and women's home lacrosse game. Ward is going to set it for the draw for the Spartans. Haley Lackner remains at midfield. Jared Welsh and Julian Leon here for Lacrosse Talk Radio and the Spartan Game Day Network as we get underway for our third quarter of action. It's the Spartans with the possession up top. Flugel working the ball inside. We have 2 goalie changes to announce for the Alvernia Golden Wolves. Kirsten Lake in goal now. Played locally at York Catholic. Comes into the game with this season with 10 goals against, 8 saves for 16.36 goals against average. As the Spartans get their first look at her here this evening with the shot going up over the crossbar. Riley Roeder with the pass. Kurland able to corral it. Kurland having a career night here this evening. Possession on the whistle will stay with the Spartans as Cholowinski will back up to the 12-meter arc. She's got Kurland to her left side and Ward to the right. Pass comes back for Kurland. Skips down to Matthias. Neiman pushes it around. Ward centering feed. Matthias shot scores! Teresa Matthias with her 2nd goal and 7th on the season. The other goalie change, Julian, is for the Spartans. The freshman goalkeeper, McKenna Seashoal, comes in.
You love to see it. You like to see these younger classmen getting some experience in games like this, especially conference games. You're up big, and you have the opportunity to get some playing time in and get some experience. And it's good to see that. Defensively and offensively, some of these young guys, as we already mentioned, some of them gotten on the board already.
Under 13 and counting as the clock ticks in running clock scenario here. It's going to be Ward and Lackner once again. So for the Spartans, they started the day off with McDonald taking all the draws. Then they go to Alvarez. And now Ward, we saw Ward take a few in the last matchup against Washington and Lee over the weekend. I believe Lackner has taken all of the draws today for Alvernia. Some communication between the two officials
by number 30, Teresa Mathias, her 7th goal of the
down
season,
low,
assisted
and
by Logan Ward. Time of the goal,
violation of some sort against the Spartans, and it's going to be Alvernia's ball, and Lackner has to fight her way through that restraining line and gets it over. Now they'll set up for their first possession of the second half. Nice feed inside, but it's broken up. Bryden with the pass up. Arthur coming up to receive. She'll be able to run over into the offensive zone without any issue. Upfield pass, Mathias loses the ball at top of her cross, and then a good check to force it loose. We're going to get a push by Rogers. That'll be Spartans' possession. It's Kurland. Back to Arthur. Selly surveys, looking for her pass. A little bit of an ISO out there. She wants to attack, but gets a lob pass inside for Kurland. Can't quite hang on to it. And now Lake will start to work the clear for Alvernia.
And Arthur's the type of player that, if a player's going, she'll look for her, and that's exactly what she did there in that possession, looking for Kurland, who made the good cut, just couldn't get it in the goal. But, she takes her time, and then she can easily take advantage.
Alvernia trying to work the clear here. Nice run up here by Rogers, able to get over into the zone. Pulls the ball out with the flip pass. And that sun coming right into our eyes here in our setup here at the press booth at Kinsley Field.
I have the shades on, and it's still hard to see.
And a shot thrown on, and the ice is broken. Natalie France getting her 21st goal of the season here. I believe there was 10-11 on the clock when the ball went through, and it makes it a 15-1 score.
And it's not a name we got to say often, throughout this game so far, but Natalie France can definitely score, as you mentioned. That's her 21st goal on the season. She's one of these, players for the Alvernia offense that can get it going, and it's some positive right there to see her get one through the net. Maybe it's a turnaround for the Alvernia offense.
Oh, for any offense, once if you're being shut out, no matter what that is, if it's a 2-0 game or a 15-0 game, usually once you're able to kind of break the ice, get a little bit of confidence going, and then try to get some momentum working in your favor. I always feel like that first one's the hardest, and then you're able to try to build things from that standpoint. Back at midfield, draw goes straight up in the air, bounces back towards the far sideline, and a hard-fought possession, and I believe that's Lackner, and then also goes down. The card coming out against Ward. She'll go take a seat in the penalty box.
Now the man up for the Golden Wolves. It's a good opportunity here to potentially get another point on the board. Now we have the advantage.
Extra player, being out there, feeling pretty good about your last goal, got the possession. So hopefully this is an opportunity, like you said, Alvernia can start to get some confidence going and feel good about it. Lackner looks like she'll be all right just to run the ball over, as she does. Good pressure by Klugel, but she couldn't cross the restraining line, so Golden Wolves will set up shop. 8:44 and counting. Possession now worked back behind. Ball comes up top side. Whitmoyer looking for the feed. Trying to hit Moki, who was cutting. Now Seashell with a huge upfield pass. Able to connect. It's Rachel Hebler. Hebler with the upfield pass. And now the Spartans looking for the inside. Hebler, the defender, staying on the attack. Usually this is the point where I'm being yelled back off as a defender myself.
I mean, when you're up for 14 goals, you can afford it.
Alvarez, whistle on the backside. Offsides is the call. So Hebler being down there, no one accounting for that on the Spartans to come back and stay behind their straining line. So offsides call. Alvernia will receive the possession as we see Lauren Fox rolling the ball over. It's Ashley Rogers with the pass up, and now McKinney looking to attack, loses the ball off the cradle. Seashell comes out to pick up the ground ball. Contested clearing shot, or pass, goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Spartans. I guess they were going to say bounced off Whitmoyer there on the far sideline.
And one person to notice that's on the sideline right now for the Golden Wolves is Haley Lackner. She must have been having an equipment issue with her stick or her glasses that she had on, and she's currently sitting on the sideline right now. So it could be a big loss there for the Golden Wolves depending on what's going on.
Awkward pass as Arthur had to try to climb the ladder for that one. Alvernia with the possession, 6:23 in the third. Spartans with the 15-1 lead. And it comes up Spartans. Emmy Bryden running the ball into the zone for York. Pass for Klugel. Klugel drives in, draws the whistle. And Klugel will go to the straightaway setup here on the free position, and she's just going to pull the ball out and reset. A couple new Spartans out on the field. Try to catch their numbers, and there's Hebler with the shot. Neiman comes up with the ground ball, passes up to Matthias. Ball stays up high with Long. And now it's Klugel. Arthur feeds inside. Neiman scores! And Natalie Neiman gets her second goal on the season. The freshman attacker out of York Catholic. And it's a 16-1 lead by the Spartans.
That's now the ninth Spartan to get on the board here. We'd like to see it, the different contributions that the Spartan offense is getting from all aspects, senior, junior, and freshman on the board. And you mentioned it a little bit with you staying on the offense. You called back at times, and you like the aggressiveness that she's gotten some 2 shots early in that offensive possession.
Trying to get the senior a goal here, I would imagine, at some point in this ball game as the clock continues to wind. 4:15 as the ball goes up in the air. Bryden is there, and it's going to
Spartan goal scored by
come up
number
with
6,
Ward,
Natalie
playing it
Nyman,
off the
her
hop.
first goal of the season. Assisted by Sally Arthur. Time of the
Ward.
goal, 5:03 remaining in the third quarter.
Gives the ball up for Matthias. And Ward's going to run off, it looks like. Klugel up top. Getting the ball over. Ball goes down in front. I believe that was Neiman carrying it into the 8-meter. No, it was Riley Long. And now she'll set up for her first free position of the season here on the left side. Pulls it towards the middle, looking for the pass. She had a cutter. Hebler I believe, was cutting across. Battle for the ground ball here in the near side corner. Ball's going to roll out off the stick of Lackner, and it'll stay Spartans' possession. Klugel passes up for Matthias. Inside look. It gets through. Good backup by Neiman. Christensen stepping over the line. Alvernia possession. McCambly picking it up quickly. And she gets into the zone quick. 2:39 left to go here in the third quarter. Spartans up 16-1 as they open up Matt Commonwealth play here this evening. Smith dumps it back to the point. Lackner with the possession up high.
You can kind of tell this is a tired Wolves offense right now. I mean, defensively, they're doing a lot of work, and then starting going back there, and finally took it upfield to kind of slow down the board.
Erica Whitmoyer gets on the board. 39th on the season. Her first goal tonight. Clock continues to run. You know, you just wonder, as you mentioned, with the frenetic pace that the Spartans can play with at times, the conditioning for Alvernia is going to really come into play here. Again, we mentioned working with a short bench.
You got some fresh legs in now for the Spartans, as they go deeper into their bench, and they're going to look to run. They're not going to want to slow it down, and Alvernia offense, the defense has got to be ready to work.
Ward and Lackner at midfield. Probably close to the 110 mark once this ball goes up in the air. Possession Spartans.
Golden Wolves
Another
goal
pickup
scored by number
by
16,
Bertram.
Erica Whitmore. Her 39th
Klugel
goal of the
with the
season.
possession
Time of the goal,
on the
2:09
outside.
remaining in the third quarter.
Arthur checks in with the possession now. 53 seconds left in the quarter. Arthur surveys, no look pass, inside shot. Goes out of play. Neiman is there for the backup. Neiman's got a little bit of room to work if she chooses. Pass comes down for Hewitt. Cutters all over the place here for the Spartan offense. It's Bryden up top. Arthur at the point. Feeds inside. No shot available for Klugel. She picks the ball up after losing it. Now trying to get to around the crease. Arthur takes over on the flip pass. 5 seconds left. Arthur just going to roll. Shot goes up and over. And that will end our third quarter of play. With the Spartans up 16-2 here as they open up Matt Commonwealth play. Alvernia, 2 goals through 3 quarters on 6 shots, 8 ground balls, 12 saves, 7-11 for the clear, 13 turnovers, 1 caused turnover. For the Spartans, it's 15 goals, 4 of them assisted on 37 shots, 18 ground balls, 4 saves, 7 of 9 on the clear, 9 turnovers, 9 caused turnovers. Alvernia, their goals coming from France and Whitmore. The Spartans get 5 from Kurland, 2 from Klugel, Blanchard, and Matthias, and then a goal apiece for Hewitt, Roeder, Alvarez, and Ward. Assists going to Kurland and Ward.
33 shots to end Alvernia score, and that's credit to that squad leaders that we've been talking about all day. They've done a great job in this game. That's how one of the offense that has a lot of scores.
Spartans will continue Matt Commonwealth play on Saturday as they will travel to Eastern for a 1 o'clock face-off. Alvernia will take on Stevenson on April the 2nd on Saturday. Also a 1 o'clock game. men coming away with a 25-4 win against Alvernia early this afternoon. It was Ames Clark scoring the first goal 15 seconds into the game. And it was a big-time game there for York, also opening up their conference play. J.D. Townsend ended up with 4 goals for the men. Go back down to the field to open up our final 15 minutes of play here at Kinsley Field as the sun starts to set over the scoreboard. And it was Logan Ward out again with draw control. I believe she's taken all the draws since the beginning of the second half for the Spartans. Lackner, I think, has taken every draw for Alvernia this evening. Hewitt with the possession. Looking up top for Klugel. It's going to be Arthur at the point. Coming near side for Long. Little of an ISO for Long. Looks for the pass to the far side. Hewitt. Or Klugel. Dances around. She draws the double team. In a little bit of trouble. She's got an outlet. Bryden is there to take over the possession for the Spartans. Centering feed is broken up by Inacio. And Lake looking to start to clear. So Whitmoyer comes back for the possession. She should be able to almost got to that restraining line, getting pressured there, now able to step over, tiptoeing the sideline. Good pressure by Matthias on the far side. Possession comes up for McCambly as they start to move the ball. It's France at the point. Looking to drive inside. There's the shot saved by Seichel. Outlet pass connects with Bertram. She'll be able to take this over without issue. Pass to Arthur. Arthur signaling her for the give and go. There it is. Shot. Scores! Messiah Bertram gets her first goal as a Spartan. The freshman defender makes it a 17-2 lead. And Julie, we can see that play. You saw the head nod out of Arthur, and the give and go comes through here. And not to mention another assist to her leading career record for assists. Ward and Lackner one more time at midfield. 12:20 remaining. Ball shoots towards
Spartan goal scored by
Alvernia's
number
defensive
14,
end of the
Messiah
field.
Bertram.
It's France coming up with the ball.
Assisted by Sally Arthur.
Whitmoyer
Time of the goal,
with the possession, getting
13:08
over
remaining in the fourth
that
quarter.
restraining line. A little bit of contact. She'll get a restart with some space. A little back pedal, looking to find her point of attack. Whitmore continuing to survey the field. Finds the pass inside. A turn and shot by Moki goes out of play, or towards the end line. Alvernia with the possession. 55 on the shot clock. They set up with Lackner up top. She gets the ISO now. Working on Bryden. Lackner will get the free restart there on the 12-meter arc. Bryden's got to move back behind. Matthias ready to attack. Defensively, once the whistle blows, Matthias pulls in. Lackner gets inside. Shot, scores! Haley Lackner gets her 37th goal on the season, and it's a 17-3 lead now for the Spartans as the clock continues to run here at Kinsley Field.
You know, the Spartans have done a good job of keeping her contained. You know, with 36 goals coming into this game, not 37. She was one of the key players for the Golden Wolves that you had to keep an eye on. They did a pretty good job, with her today.
Ward and Lackner once again will get play started at midfield on the draw. Will probably be under 10 minutes once the ball goes up in the air. And you can hear the Spartan bench cheering on Logan Ward. Battle for possession. And finally
Golden
coming
Wolves
up with
goal
it there
scored
was
by number
Bertram.
1, Haley Lackner,
And she
her
gets it into the
37th goal of
zone
the season.
for
Time
the
of the goal,
Spartans.
10:55 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Klugel works it off to Arthur. She'll bring it around from behind the cage. Switches hands. Looking for that feed. Tries to center it into Bryden, but it's picked off by Lake. A push by Arthur. And she's going to get the card. And so she'll go take a seat, and player advantage now for Alvernia. Megan Moki will pick the ball up here in the alley. 9:07 on the clock. And we'll get restarted here as Moki brings the ball into play. Good pressure, but she's able to run over and bring the ball into the offensive zone for the Golden Wolves. Looking to attack quickly is McCandley. Gets it up to Lackner. Ball bounces around a little bit. Christensen with the contact. And now Lackner will restart. Whitmoyer takes over possession. Centering feed, looking for that quick turnaround shot. Did not quite get where they wanted to go. And Seashell scoops the ball up off the turf and surveys for the clear. Now some pressure coming in on Seashell, looking for some help. Rosewag on the near side. Seashell looking for some help on the clear. She's going to pop the pass over. Bertram is going to have to play it off the turf. And she gets the ball down. 53 on the shot clock. Hewitt takes over possession for the Spartans. 7:44 to go. Hebler. Bryden. And another save made by Lake. The run out by the Spartans. That will continue to work the offense. And that was a defender-to-defender pass there in front, Julian, as we see Coach Mustin with different lineup here in our fourth quarter. Whitmoyer coming in quickly, draws down, saved by Seashell. Ball bounces around, stays up, and Whitmoyer comes up with her own rebound.
That's a good save there by Seashell stepping in front of that shot. It's a clear pass for Whitmoyer, and she looked like she had a clear shot.
I tell you what, I don't coach women's lacrosse, but Erica Whitmoyer can play on my team any day with the hustle we've seen out of her this evening. And she takes a hard shot and goes down. And she'll set up on that hash right there. Matthias setting up 5 yards behind. And Whitmoyer kicks it off. Restart the play. Ball stays topside with France. Lackner takes over the possession. France with it one more time up top as Smith Tries to dodge through. McCambly. Good weaving offense right now. Good control of the ball for Alvernia. Lackner with the pass down. Whitmoyer working from behind the cage. Loses the ball, trying to dodge through, but the whistle. And Whitmoyer will get possession.
It's a good job by them by staying, under control and staying poised and running the offense through because, at times they've looked rushed throughout this game.
Whitmoyer will set up for the free position. 10 of 18 on the season. Drives in, and she connects on this one for her second goal of the evening. 5:33 and counting here in our fourth quarter of action from Kinsley Field.
The outcome is not what you'd want today for the Golden Wolves, but you'd like to see that your main scorers have gotten involved here in this game, and we talked about them earlier. Obviously to start the game they were a real threat from anyone on the field, and it's showing now. Obviously with a different lineup out there for the Spartans, but still they're working hard and they're getting the shots and the goals that they want.
And now Zoe Klugel will take the free position for the Spartans. We're now seeing our fourth player set up for the draw control here as the clock winds down. Haley Lackner there for Alvernia. Get a whistle from the near side official. Procedure.
Golden Wolves goal scored by number 16, Erica Whitmoyer, her 40th goal of the season.
And it's against York,
Time of the
so it'll
goal,
be Alvernia's
5:41 remaining in
possession.
the fourth quarter.
And Lackner goes and gets the play started quickly. Whitmoyer with possession. Some help defense there for the Spartans. Inside look, the turn, the shot by Moki.
Yellow! So red, right?
And the official going to his pocket for a card. Which color we'll have to see as Moki runs off field. First card for Alvernia this evening. So it'll be Spartan possession. Yellow card against Megan Moki. 4 minutes to go in tonight's Mac Commonwealth opener, home opener for the Spartans, as Bertram looking to get the possession started, but picked off by Whitmoyer. Quick feed, and the shot save is made. Possession behind the cage. Pass comes up for France. And now it's Lackner. Got underneath a big-time check there as sticks clang up as she tried to split two defenders. Able to draw the whistle, and will get the free restart here at the point. Bryden with pressure on Whitmoyer on the outside. 3 minutes to go. Spartans come up with the ground ball. Roeder with the pass up to Christensen. Looks like Roeder's going to get the free. I think the officials are going to talk about it, because one near side official, I believe, blew the whistle because we didn't get a clock restart. But right before that, the ball was thrown out of play. So I'm wondering if that's what that trail official's figuring out the possession and time. We have 2:41 on our game clock. We got that fresh 90 shot clock up right now. as the officials confer. It's a 17-4 lead for the hometown Spartans. As they look to talk about it. Let's see what they end up doing here. Looks like it's going to stay Spartan ball, but they're going to move Riley back a bit. And now it's going to be Alvernia ball. So, all right, well, now we got that squared away. I'm not really sure exactly what happened, but either way, Alvernia has the possession, and they're going to get things going here as the clock goes back on, and Lackner starts it off here for Alvernia, getting it to France. Big passes up top for Alvernia. Defense coming out to pressure. Lackner at the point with the possession, able to get underneath her defender. There's another one waiting for her. Ball goes down in the middle of the 8-meter zone, and a quick shot. That was a quick scoop and shot.
Also led by Seashore running that down to get the possession for the Spartans.
Seashore walks the ball up a little bit, looking for her outlet pass. Trying to connect with Bertram. Christensen's there with the backup. And Spartans will drive. Upfield pass right in front. Bryden is there. Gets the shot off. There's a whistle. I thought I heard a few. But with all the yelling from the fans and actually from the Spartan sideline. So it's going to be Emma Bryden setting up the defender for her first free position. Bryden gets in, and she gets it over. Emmy Bryden with her first goal. Makes it an 18-4 ball game. This clock may run out before we have a chance to and that's her first career goal as well, not just for the season, but that's her first career goal with the Spartans. And we may not get much play off here once this draw gets up in the air. In men's club, we would just start walking off the field at this point. That's also a lot different. Control goes to Bryden.
Number 2, Emmy Bryden. Her first goal of the season. Time of the goal, 1:01 remaining in the fourth quarter.
And that does it right there, our 18-4 Spartans victory. And with that, the Alvernia Golden Wolves fall to 6-4 on the season. They will take on Stevenson at home on Saturday, a 1 o'clock draw in that game. For the Spartans, they improve to 5-4 on the season. They'll be at Eastern on Saturday. Our post-game show after the pleasantries, we will talk to Bella Garabo and Madison Curlin, as well as Coach Mustin, after the team has a chance to huddle up and chat a little bit about today's game. So let's take a look at the way the stats ended up here for today's game. The visiting Alvernian Golden Wolves, 4 goals on 12 shots, 14 ground balls, 13 saves, 9 of 13 from the clear, 15 turnovers, 3 caused turnovers. For the Spartans, those 18 goals, 6 of them assisted on 43 shots, 20 ground balls, 5 saves, 10 of 14 on the clear, 14 turnovers, and 10 caused turnovers. Our scoring for Alvernia, 2 goals from Whitmoyer, 1 from Lackner and France. For the Spartans, it's 5 goals from Curland, 2 each from Klugel, Blanchard, and Matthias, and then 1 goal
Today's
from
final
Hewitt,
score
Bryden,
presented by
Neiman,
OSS,
Roeder,
the
Bertram,
exclusive orthopedic
Alvarez,
sports
and
medicine
Ward.
provider for the York College Spartans.
They got
York 18,
assists,
Alvernia
3
4.
assists
The
from
Spartans
Sully Arthur,
improved to a 5-4 record, while the Golden
1
Wolves
assist
fall to
each
a
from
6-4
Curlin,
record.
Roeder, and
The Spartans return
Ward.
home on Saturday, April 9th, as they are
So a
set to
big
host
time
Lebanon
way
Valley
to
in a MAC
open up
Commonwealth contest. First draw is
the
scheduled for 3:30
conference
p.m.
play here at home. That elusive first home win. And Julian, you think about the rough schedule that the Spartans had to open up with. As we mentioned, 4 of the top 5 teams in the country that they
It started like any other day. It was 1 a.m., and I was doing what I always do, drinking. And then, the phone rang. Hello? It was Lillian, a former flame of mine from my days on the force. Murder? Where? I'll be there. This isn't how I planned my Thursday morning.
I'm here at the Country Club of York, where the York College women are hosting the Spartan Invitational. The YCP golf programs are growing each year, especially after introducing the women's program just a year ago. Both the men and women are competing at a high level every single tournament, bringing lots of youth and lots of leadership with the hopes of building one of the top programs in the country. Spring is here. Golf is back.
I'm Nathan Trump, YCP class of 2017. You're listening to WVYC York 88.1 FM, the voice of your college.
You are listening to 88.1 WVYC, the voice of your college.
Well, WVYC gives the students a voice.
When they come into the studios look like a regular radio station. They're going to use equipment that they are going to see at the next level.